They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Hello, Colorado State, and welcome to another episode of CTV Talks. Tonight we have two special interviews with our own Colorado State student, but first we're going to sit here with Michael Vincent from Semester at Sea. Michael, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a senior here at Colorado State, and I'm studying global tourism, and I just got back this last spring from my second semester at sea voyage.
Nice, very cool. So what is Semester at Sea?
Semester at Sea is a study abroad program through the Institute of Shipboard Education and through the University of Virginia, and you're basically just on a ship traveling around the world, taking classes and experiencing cultures.
How cool. So what kind of classes were you taking at Semester at Sea?
I was taking mainly business courses, international marketing or finance. I took a few tourism courses and then just international awareness courses.
Interesting. And you said 14 countries, up to 14 countries?
Yeah, so I traveled to 16 different countries from both of my voyages. Each was 14 different countries.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And what kinds of cultural experiences did you get to encounter?
Some were frightening. You could be a little afraid in some countries. People would be haggling you to buy certain things. You might feel a little in danger, but overall, just experiencing different cultures was just mind-blowing and just opened my mind, and I can see things differently now.
Mm-hmm. And coming back from such a culturally groundbreaking experience, what kind of things were you able to take back to coming back to Fort Collins?
A lot. I was able to kind of solidify what I want to do with tourism and how I kind of want to lead this world, I guess. I want to go into ecotourism, kind of help people out that aren't as well off or anything. And coming back here was, I don't know, just kind of different. I came back a different person, just more cultured.
Yeah, and what kind of changes did you see in these culturally changed new Michael Vincent?
Mainly, I wasn't as judgmental, and I learned some main lessons, like I will never judge a book by its cover. Mainly people before then, I guess I would kind of be a little judgmental. I have a little more understanding of where people are coming from, and I maybe just overall way more empathetic.
It sounds like you had a lot of time for some self-reflection.
Yes,
that's always a good thing. But also, you were taking so many classes. Did you ever have any breaks?
Yeah, you actually have a break when you get into the country, which can range from 2 days to 7 days, and it's basically your vacation to go off and explore, as long as you don't leave the country and you could come back to the ship before it leaves. But yeah, you got a lot of breaks with that.
Interesting. Did you get to go to any specific awesome places that you want to tell us about?
My favorite places were South Africa, Morocco, and Burma.
Oh, fun. What did you see there that was so interesting?
South Africa just had the most amazing, diverse culture, from poverty to the really wealthy, and also the most diverse ecosystems I'd seen. There in South Africa, you have a thing called the Fimbos, which is a biome that's only found within a certain part of South Africa, the only place on the planet. So just seeing everything like that was really just beautiful. It was just amazing.
That's so cool, but as you said, you were taking courses at sea, so a lot of times you were pent up on a boat.
Yes.
That's crazy. What was the ship life like?
The ship life was actually really amazing. You're traveling around the world with about 1,000 students. 1,000 people, I guess, on this ship, including the crew. And so you're all cooped up in there for about 7 days in between the ports. And it can get a little crowded, but the community is just one big family, so everyone really loves each other. They're really happy to be there and doing the same thing. You're all in it together. You're there to learn. You're experiencing the same thing.
That's awesome. And did you go with a lot of people that were in similar majors as you?
Actually, I was probably the only global tourism major on the ship both times I went.
Really?
Yeah.
And what were the main differences between the 2 different years that you were able to attend?
The main differences were the academics. I ended up going to pretty much the same countries, so I got to explore a little more in that, but the academics were different. I had professors from Stanford and Yale, Princeton on the first voyage, and then on the second voyage, I had them from Harvard, but their teaching styles were just different. I learned way more on the first voyage through the classes, and then way more through real-life experience on the second voyage.
That's awesome. What kind of foods did you eat? I have to ask this question.
I had some really amazing foods, some of my favorite. One was a thing called fufu soup, which is a peanut soup that is found in Ghana, which is really tasty. But then I also had frog eggs and sugar water in Vietnam. So I kind of got both ends of the spectrum, but overall it was great. It was kind of like a food tour as well.
Nice, a little sweet and salty there. Frog eggs. I don't know if I'll be trying that anytime soon. So with all these people that you got to connect with, are any of them here at CSU that you were able to kind of maintain these relationships?
Yeah, I've actually been able to maintain about 6 or so relationships of students that were on this voyage with me from semester at sea. I haven't really kept the relationships from the previous voyage from CSU students, but I believe most of them have graduated by now.
Okay, cool. And what are your plans after graduating from this wonderful CSU?
After graduation, I'm really hoping to move to South Africa and work with some tourism companies and developing ecotourism there.
Thank you so much, Michael, for being with us. If you would like to find out more information about Semester at Sea, it is their 50th anniversary this upcoming year, so visit semesteratsea.org.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hey Rams, as many of you saw today, we've had some great weather in Fort Collins for the past week. It was sunny and in the low 70s and tonight it will be in the 40s with a clear sky. So it may be a good time to look outside and see the crescent moon and spend one of your last cool nights outside. Tomorrow, it will be in the high 60s with isolated thunderstorms, and this will be the start of a wet weekend. At night, it will be 37 degrees with a 90% chance of snow or rain depending on how cool the night gets. Friday, everyone should prepare for the first snowfall because it will be in the low 30s, high 20s with a 90% chance of snow all day. But as usual, Fort Collins weather can always surprise us because it should be back to the high 60s again by Sunday with a 0% chance of rain. If you're going down to Denver this weekend, you'll see some warmer temperatures. Friday will be in the low 40s, low 30s, so there's a smaller chance of snow, but you will be getting the same amount of rain as Fort Collins. This weekend, it will also get warmer quicker in Denver, and it will be in the low 50s, high 60s. This will also be true if you're heading down south to Colorado Springs area. And for all of you snowboarders and skiers with snow already on the mountain and more to come on Friday, you should make sure that you have your passes and all of your equipment is ready to go because you'll definitely want to be heading towards the mountains pretty soon. That's it for your weather. I'm Caitlin Conley, and thank you for watching CTV.
Is committed to expanding access to education. Today, that includes online learning. CSU brings faculty and programs to students around the state and around the world. With flexibility to earn a degree online from a world-class university, and the ability to balance education with work and family. Learn more at succeedwithcsu.org.
Welcome back, Colorado State, to CTV Talks. I'm here with Darin Hinman, the KCSU studio manager, and our fellow student media extraordinaire. And we're here talking about his thrilling weekend. Darin, with Halloween coming up, I'm really excited to hear about your weekend. Can you tell us a little bit about what happened?
Sure. This was actually a pretty interesting weekend. I went to the second annual paranormal convention. It was held in Cripple Creek, Colorado, and there was probably 200 people there.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people. And were all of them living?
They were. All the ones that I noticed were living. However, there were some not living that I think were there too. So.
Oh my gosh, where were you staying?
I was staying in the Imperial Palace, which, believe it or not, the owner was actually killed. The original owner was actually killed. His wife hit him over the head with a frying pan in an argument. And the room that they put me in was the room that he died in. So of course it's haunted, right?
Wow, naturally.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So it was a little interesting because the TV turned itself on when I was outside of the room, came back and it was on, and I straightened out the picture frames, and before I left I noticed that they had gotten crooked again. So it was kind of an interesting experience in the room.
Definitely. How eerie. Now, how much of that do you think was staged? Like when you left, do you think maybe these people were kind of fiddling around, or are you a believer?
I'm not quite a believer yet. I'm kind of curious now. Like it's piqued my curiosity, and I definitely want to look more into it. But I'm still not sold on it. So
Fair. And what kind of events were you able to attend?
Well, they had events going on from, I want to say, 8 a.m. to midnight. And the couple that I went to was they had a jail tour that we went to, and we were able to see a little bit of that. Unfortunately, not as much as we wanted to. Also went to a tour of the city. It was a ghost walk, and they walked us around and told us all the like haunted history of Cripple Creek. We went to a seance as well, which was very interesting. It was kind of scary, actually. A lot of things happened. In fact, my guest that I brought with me, Stephanie, she had, I guess her grandmother started talking to her. Yeah, they ask if there's a ghost in the room who wants to talk to somebody, or an entity or spirit or whatever they called it, and it starts spelling out her grandmother's initials. Yeah, and then it proceeded to spell out her grandmother's birthday, which was, amazing because nobody there knew her.
Right.
And the fact that, they could come up with her grandmother's birthdays, I'm kind of like, well, that's why I'm kind of questioning it still.
Yeah, and matching the initials, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, was there any other kind of like huge event? Like did any spirits talk to you? Was this?
No spirits talked to me directly, but we held 2 seances. The second one, we actually had a young child of the age of 8, and his name was Francis Founder. He had come to us saying that he wanted us to get a message to his mother because she was upset, and basically the message was he wants her to smile more. And as we progressed through the seance, we were able to find out that he had been killed in a motorcycle crash at the age of 8. His mother was driving, and I guess she felt responsible for that and had been very upset for a number of years. And he stated that he couldn't move on until she had gotten past that. So he provided her first name, her last name, where she lived, and her phone number.
Oh my gosh. And did you check with this woman?
I've called the phone number once so far, and I called during working hours, so I didn't get a hold of anybody. But I was able to verify it was a landline in Denver. So it's going to be interesting to find out what happens.
Powerful stuff going on down in Cripple Creek. So did you stay alone? That's my main concern. I'm scared for you.
No. I had somebody with me. I definitely didn't want to stay alone.
All right, great. Well, Halloween is coming up, so if you want more information, please check out this Cripple Creek adventure. Thank you so much for watching CTV Talks, and thank you so much, Darin, for visiting with us tonight.
Absolutely welcome.
We will see you again next Wednesday.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Shelters are the best places to find a new pet.
What a perfectly beautiful little lady.
That's where you'll discover healthy, loyal, and loving animals.
You little rascal.
Eager to become a part of your family. A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet.
Oh, ladies first.
Be that person. Adopt.
This is living. Hey, kid.
To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.